Welcome tycoons. There is no doubt that we are sitting in unpredictable times. Today, we will be taking a look at how to make $1,000 a month in dividend investing. Now before we get into the video, if you are new, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and leave a comment below, saying, "I subscribed." And we will do our best to personally reply to your comments. Disclaimer: it's important to note that we are not financial advisors and you should do your own research when picking stocks to invest in. These are just some of our viewpoints. By no means would we recommend watching one YouTube video and then immediately buying that stock. This video was made for educational and entertainment purposes only. Consult your financial advisor. Here in Project Billionaire we inspire and give value to future great magnates. Imagine getting a $1,000 bonus each month. It would be a respectable sum of money. But the best part of this money is that you don't have to put in any further effort to get it. What dividend investing is all about is that it simply deposits money into your bank accounts each month. It's something called passive income. What I want to discuss in this video is how we may attain the objective of having a source of income that you don't have to work for. How can we generate $1,000 per month in dividend income? And I don't give a damn what you think. Regardless of how lofty your financial ambitions, $1,000 is a respectable sum of money. Especially considering that the only additional work required is the initial research required to master dividend investing, which is the only work you have to do right away. A common misconception about starting a business is that it will be impossible for them to earn $1,000 a month since it is so difficult. Although it seems impossible, these people have obviously not been taught how to accomplish such a feat. The concept of compound interest is the eighth wonders of the world. You don't have to start out with $1,000 a month right away. No, start off modestly. You begin sprinkling the tiny snowball, which initially fits in your hand. But as you push it down the hill and as it gains velocity, it gets easier and gets bigger and bigger until it turns into a huge snowball that you can't stop. You are aware that you might begin with just a few shares paying $1 or $2 every month or every 3 months. However, as soon as that $1 or $2 begin to accumulate and expand, you may utilize them to buy more shares. And as time goes on, it gets easier and bigger. I want to discuss a few things with you, and to do this, we'll use McDonald's stock as an illustration. Therefore, the forward dividend and payout ratio is the first thing I would suggest looking at. Consequently, what is the forward dividend? That represents how much dividend money you get each year. $5 in this scenario. That might not seem like much, but keep in mind the idea I previously shared. Get that snowball rolling and compound interest will accomplish incredible things. McDonald's now has a 2.3% dividend yield as the forward payout is now worth $5. That isn't viewed as being particularly awful in the market today. Their earnings are the next thing you should examine. McDonald's current earnings per share (EPS) is 6.33, which implies that McDonald's earns 6.33 per share annually. And $5 of that are distributed. They utilize the remaining 1.33 to expand their business and reinvest. Now you must ensure that the earnings are always greater than the dividend payments. You don't want them spending more money than they make. It's normally not a positive indicator because that suggests they are digging into their savings and balance sheets. Typically, I'd like to see at least 30% of those profits going back into the company to expand it, with the remaining funds being available for dividend payments. The dividend history is obviously another thing I look at before making a purchase. Generally speaking, you want to own a stock that will allow you to experience dividend growth over time. So, if we have a look at McDonald's, it's not too awful. Their stock has gained significantly over the past 12 or so years. However, there is one thing I would be careful of: they did cut their dividend during the previous recession. which is not a good indication. If you want to use it too, start by checking out the rewards on the website that I use for this, which is called Macro Trends. What type of dividend yield are we talking about? Look at their dividend history. How reliable are they? I frequently observe dividend investors missing the following step, which is to assess the strength of the company. Think about how this company will appear in 5 or 10 years. Will their business strategy be viable going forward? Are they the kind of business that outperforms their rivals or falls short of them? Any middle-of-the-pack businesses are not what you desire.
Are you enjoying this video? Consider hitting the like button and subscribe.
The fact is that you may purchase McDonald's stock and begin investing in dividends without spending an additional $200 or so. Stocks like those of Bank of America allow you to start modestly. So each share is worth $25. Coca-Cola shares cost $50 each. There are several lower-priced stocks to begin with and subsequently build from, such as TNT, which trades for $30 per share. However, if there is one thing you need to do, it is to develop the habit of investing your money rather than squandering it on foolish things. Instead of thinking, "I'm so excited to spend this money," you should think, "I can't wait to invest it and buy some more Disney stock or Pepsi stock or whatever stock you found value in." If you want to reach this goal of earning $1,000 per month in dividends, you must change your habits every time you receive a paycheck. The mindset of an investor is very different from that of an ordinary person, since a regular person typically experiences some form of instant satisfaction. But let me show you now some dividend stocks that I like, which are a great place to start with. 3M is a stock that pays a nice dividend yield, 5.27%, and the thing about 3M is they've increased their annual dividend for more than 61 consecutive years in a row. So it's fair to say that their dividend is reliable. Currently, 3M are selling for around $113 per share with a market cap of around $64 billion. The company can be used to expose your portfolio to multiple industries, including U.S. healthcare, consumer goods, and worker safety. They produce over 60,000 different products under several brands, so it's well diversified. PepsiCo is a well-known firm and another stock I like. They operate in the consumer staples industry, selling the beverage Pepsi obviously, but they also own Gatorade, Doritos, Cheetos, Lay's, Mountain Dew, and a number of other billion-dollar brands. Their dividend yield is roughly 3%, and they have increased their payouts for 48 years in a row. A strong firm to hold once more. So, these are just a few basic samples that you might wish to start with. As soon as you begin investing in dividends, it goes without saying that you should research the companies thoroughly before making any purchases. Those who don't understand typically end up losing over the long run, trust me, I know. I don't want to sound like the other channels by claiming it's simple. You must invest the time and effort necessary because it is not easy. Let me now demonstrate the answer to the question of how much money you should invest to earn $1,000 a month in dividends. So let's assume that the annual yield on our average dividend is roughly 3%. That indicates that if we invest $100,000, we will receive $3,000 every year. Accordingly, we would need to invest a total of $400,000 to earn $12,000 every year, which is equal to $1,000 per month. Moreover, keep in mind that a lot of equities only pay dividends once every quarter, so this sum could simply be $3,000 every 3 months. Now, many individuals would view this figure and conclude that it is not true. Getting $400,000 invested in the stock market is not possible. But guys, you can do it. Consider the snowball effect once more. That snowball starts out small, but once it starts to roll, it eventually grows to be quite large. Now, the name of Warren Buffett's well-known book, The Snowball Effect, was chosen to illustrate this very same theory, which most people won't even try to understand. That much less trying it. but those who do are the ones who ultimately end up making $1,000 per month in passive income. However, you can't merely be a mediocre, subpar, or awful investor. You should set the objective of being a high-quality investor who can identify businesses that are at the top of their game and will remain there in 3, 5, and 10 years. Now you must be able to choose businesses with dependable dividends, a solid track record, and, of course, a bright future for dividend payments. You want businesses with excellent CEOs, like Steve Jobs in the past or Jeff Bezos in the present. Do your homework and make sure you comprehend each of these components as an investor. But you have to start somewhere, and sometimes that means being a bad investor. This is how you start the process of building a dividend portfolio and eventually earning thousands of dollars a month in passive income, just like me. You see, I don't play video games or go to parties, but I'll tell you what I do: I invest my money. Hope we were able to give you valuable input and help you get to the next step in becoming financially free. Check out the links in the description below. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Until then, we'll see you in the next one.